How we doing, guys? We are here with another one of the high school prodigy football players, Rodney Dunham. He's 15 years old. He has over 20 offers, and he's the number one defensive end in North Carolina and top 30 in the nation, right? Yeah. Rodney's also a dual sport athlete. This kid's got it going on. He throws 92 as a pitcher in baseball. You got some offers in baseball. You've been going to some camps there, correct?
Yeah, I've been going to some camps. So.
Yeah, and side note, when I filmed an episode with NFL cornerback Captain Munnerlin, and I haven't told you this, he told me the one guy on Myers Park that he's sure of is that Rodney Dunham is going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. So big props to you. How you doing, bro? How's that make you feel?
That makes you feel amazing just to hear that and just know that he thinks highly of me and stuff.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. So talk to me about your football journey. As far as I know, you're 15, but your journey started pretty late in your life, correct?
Yeah, so I started playing football like flag when I was 5, and then up till I was about 10. Then I quit to start focusing more on baseball so I could play spring and fall baseball. And then just freshman year, I started it back up again. So like freshman year was really like the year where I was just kind of like, okay, like this is real football, except for like just little league.
So you're 15. So it's only been 2 years since you started playing again? I mean, that's ridiculous. 2 years since you started playing again. You got offers from so many Power 5 schools. That's very impressive. When did you realize, like, all right, I'm really good at this? Because it all started happening so fast.
Freshman year, like when I came to practice and when I was just trying out for different positions, I just felt like I could play any position out on the field. And then when I went out and practiced against like the guys and I was doing pretty good, I was like, okay, I could be something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you were faring pretty well against the older guys too, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how have you been able to stay humble, with all these offers? You're so young and you got so much coaches texting you and offers coming your way and people posting about you. Like, how do you stay humble through that?
Well, really just like you just can't think much about it. I'm still a high school football player. Like I got 2 more years, so I go back into college, and 3 to 5 more years, so I go to MFL. So you can't really think much about it or get way too over your head because you're still a high school football player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still got a lot to earn.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mental health aspect of it all, though, like with the pressure building up and all the offers coming in, does it ever get overwhelming?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes you may have like a lot of coaches hitting you up in the same day, and you might not know how to schedule like the calls and stuff. But when you learn how to manage that, it doesn't really get too hard.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of focus on what you're doing now, because that's all in the future still.
Living in the present.
Yeah.
So take it day by day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I was thinking about this. Do you ever feel like you're missing out on like the normal high school or normal teenage life, like, because you're putting so much of your time and energy into baseball and football?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like especially during school, but now in the summer, I mean, go play football in the morning. They got to go throw in the afternoon, and probably do a second workout for football.
Yeah.
Later in the evening, it's like, okay, like I can't really hang out with my friends that much. And on the weekends, even traveling to go to baseball, it's like, this is all I'm really doing. But it's a commitment that, like,
You wouldn't want it any other way.
yeah, no.
Yeah. That makes sense, though. And to be honest, it's not like yes, you're missing out on some memories, but you know what the ultimate goal is. And keeping that in sight, makes it all, you don't even worry about that. So, yeah, like you were saying, the next step after high school is obviously college.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. Since you've started playing football, has there been a college that's always been the dream to play for?
Yeah. University of Texas.
Okay. Wow, you're the first person of the high schoolers that said that.
Really?
Why?
Well, I want to be an engineer when I grow up, or I want to major in engineering or
Me too.
business. And they got one of the top engineering programs in the country. It's in Texas. They got a great football program. And it's just like, I feel like that would be like,
Yeah.
the place.
That would be so cool, yeah, of course. And we were just talking about, you were asking about NC State, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
I do engineering there, so what type of engineering?
Civil.
Okay, I do industrial. Dang, you already know which one you want to do?
Yeah.
I had no idea when I was going to my junior year. That's awesome. What school would you say left the biggest mark on you so far?
Probably Notre Dame and Duke, because at Duke, when I visit there, I get to have a one-on-one conversation with Manny Diaz, head coach, every time I get there, and just sit in his office and just talk about football, talk about how life's going, and just talk about what plans are for the future.
Yeah.
And when I went to Notre Dame, it was kind of like the same way. I don't go there as much because it's pretty far. But when I went up there, had a one-on-one conversation with Marcus Freeman and the defensive coordinator and defensive line coach, and they were just saying their plans for me and like what I can do when I get there.
Yeah. So, throw me your top 2 schools then. Is that
Notre
it?
Dame and Duke, but
Okay.
South Carolina is also up there too, and Florida State.
South Carolina, Florida State.
Yeah.
Is that like 3-4, or are they all kind of jumbled in there?
I feel like they're all kind of jumbled in there.
Okay. Yes, it sounds like so. That's 2 ACC schools.
Yeah.
Which you don't view that as like a slight to your maybe draft stock or anything like that.
Nah, I feel like if you go Power 5 or even G5, if you got it, then you got it, and you're going to get drafted.
You're right. You're right. I mean, Bradley Chubb, one of the best DNs in the league. He went to NC State. And one last thing about colleges. Is there any college that has not offered you yet that you're just waiting for that offer?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I also want to talk a little bit about the All-American Bowl. You were selected for the All-American Bowl. That's the top 100 players in the country for your class, correct? Mm-hmm. I mean, just talk about what kind of honor that is.
It's amazing. When I was younger, seeing my brother play football, because he played at Mallard Creek, he always talked about it, and it was a dream of his to go. And it's an honor that I got selected to go. And, of course, he's going to come with me. And, like, I feel like I can kind of fulfill that for me and him.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
And it feels cool, and it's really great.
Have you talked to any of the other guys that have been invited yet, or you guys kind of just you'll wait until you go there?
Yeah, we just wait till we go.
Yeah. So, you know, to be invited to something of that nature, you have to have some ridiculous traits as a football player. So, you know, what would you say is your one-of-one trait?
I'd say my speed and awareness.
Yeah.
And I'll say that when I go into a game, I know the tendencies of the offenses.
Yeah.
Because high school offenses are simple, and so I'll know, like, what's going on and what they'll run just based off how they're aligned and how the offensive line
Absolutely.
is standing and aligned. And so if he's in a pass pro, then I know he's going to pass. I mean, if he's in a pass stance, I know he's going to pass. If his hand's in the dirt, probably know his run. If he's slanting a little bit to the right, I know.
So just noticing all the little things.
Yeah.
Have you think some guys, maybe especially at your age, don't have that ability yet, and just having that edge really, yeah, I totally get that. I like that. And your speed, obviously, that matters a lot too. You're like what, 6'5", 215?
Yeah, 220.
Yeah, I mean so speed at that size is crazy, bro. It's like a Micah Parsons. Is it? Speaking of Micah Parsons, I wonder if this is what you're gonna say. If you could switch places with an NFL player for one season, who would it be?
Michael Parsons.
So I guessed it.
Yeah.
Is that actually who it was gonna be?
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Why Micah? Like why Micah in particular?
Because he's just like, he's the best all-around athlete. I think that's on the defense in the NFL.
I agree.
And he could be a pass rusher, in a 5, pass rusher in a 2, like pass rusher head up to the tackle, head up to the guard, head to the center. Like he can. I feel like he's the best pass rusher in the league, best athlete in the league, and he's going to also cover. So.
Is that so? Okay, so if there was any NFL player, if I gave you 24 hours and you got to train with him, absorb his knowledge, eat with him, talk with him, for one day, who would that NFL player be? Take your time.
I'd probably say an older guy like Joey Bosa.
Okay.
Or someone like that, because I mean they've been in the league long and they've been playing football long.
Is it because you saw that video of Tom Bahali teaching Joey Bosa the moves? Is that why you said that?
Nah.
That might have been on it. You probably like 11 years old when that video came out, so never mind. Yeah, but why Joey in particular? You watched his game, you like his tape?
Yeah, and I just know that he's been playing the game for a long time, and he's good at it, and he's been good for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have asked me a retired player, I would have probably said like Julius Peppers or J.J. Watt, just because they've been playing the game for so long, they know so much,
Absolutely.
and they were also like great at it too.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll close with this. If there was one piece of advice that you could give to maybe like a middle schooler or a high schooler that is watching this video and they're like, man, like I want to get to the point where he's at. I want those offers. What advice would you give them?
I'd probably say always work, never stay complacent, and never be comfortable with where you're at. Like no matter how many offers you get, or if you have no offers, how many stars you get, if you have no stars, never be comfortable until you are where you want to be, and that should be the NFL.
So you got, just remember, like there are years to go until you get to ultimately where you want to get.
Yeah, I mean all this is just like rankings and stuff, and recognition it offers, but I can only pick one school.
Exactly.
So it's not like, I mean, it's great, and I'm blessed, and I'm happy, but I still have to get to the school, earn my spot at the school, be good enough to get drafted,
Yeah.
earn my spot on the team, be good enough to play in the NFL. And so there's a lot that goes, and so you can never be comfortable and get to complacent
And
be like.
it's
happy.
very impressive that at this age you understand that level of maturity. You'd be a good engineer too. You got the brain, you got the athletics. You'll end up just fine, bro. You'll be just fine in life. Yeah, man. I really appreciate you coming on the channel. I had a great time talking to you, learning about you. It's the first time me and Rodney met. But yeah, it was good, man. And you got a very bright future, and I look forward to watching you. I'm gonna come back. I'll get a game in watching Myers Park because I love the coaches there, you and Brody. And for you guys watching, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed just getting to know Rodney a little bit because you will be getting to know him once he's on Texas or wherever he's at. Yo, I promise you'll remember his name a few years down the road. But yeah, until next video, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Have a good one. Peace.